Hello, my fellow peeps, and welcome to the second season of Mason Velez's Rant House. So, it's been a long time since I last time done such a thing like this. Well, it's finally back on. So, without any further ado-to-ass shit, let's get to the first episode of Mason Velez's Rant House. Traffic jams, or should I say traffic congestion, is a condition in transport that is characterized by slower speeds, longer trip times, and increased vehicular queuing. And I don't like it. I do not fucking like that shit one bit. So let's get into this bit, shall we? The traffic jam on urban road networks has increased substantially since the 1950s. When the traffic demand is great enough that the interaction between vehicles slows the speed of the traffic stream, this results in some congestion. While congestion is a possibility for any mode of transportation, this article will focus on automobile congestion on public roads. Let me tell you this fucking traffic jam pisses off the most of the drivers. Especially when they're running late for fucking work. Shit happens when there is an accident, road constructions, various obstacles in the road causing a blockage and merger, too many pedestrians crossing not permitting cars to turn, other sides out of the ordinary, oh yeah, including train crossing. Oh, what the fuck. Yeah, I do hate it when it happens. Unless you have something to do while avoiding traffic, there's nothing else you could fucking do in this fucking train crossing. Or even worse, the fucking angry ass mob. Yeah, the angry riots, especially just like what happened in 1993 when the Super Bowl 27 victory parade in Dallas has turned from an enjoyable parade into an ugly ass angry mob. Jesus! The traffic jams can make you lose time, get your ass late for work and appointments, and sometimes you have to postpone your appointments. Or your car wasting some gas if necessary, or even worse, you would lose gas just for all that crap. Getting stressed if your day was awfully bad enough, etc., yada yada yada. Oh my god. Can this life get any worse with this? And what the hell is the fucking main cause of this motherfucking traffic jams of bullshit? The main cause of this ass-sucking traffic jam is increased by the number of vehicles and number of roads that are almost the same. What the hell? Oh, okay. I just do not get it. I do not get it why sometimes happens. Especially on the freeway. Oh, excuse me. Well, yeah, there can be multiple factors causing traffic jam. Especially it happens for no goddamn reason. If there is enough cars, that could make your day even worse than ever. That's just ludicrous. Yeah, isn't that one of the most ludicrous things that ever happened, where the traffic jam starts for no reason when there's too many vehicles around the highway? Is it? This is just nuts. Okay, so let's recap this right before we end it. So yeah, the cause of the traffic jams are too many cars for the roadway due to inadequate mass transit options or for other reasons. Obstacles in the road causing blockage and merger. These can be any of the following: double parking, road work, lane closure due to utility work, road narrowing down, an accident, road narrowing down, especially when there's potholes in the middle of the fucking road, inadequate green time, too many pedestrians crossing not permitted cars to turn, too many trucks on the road due to inadequate rail freight opportunities, overdevelopment in areas where the mass transit system is already overcrowded and the road system is inadequate. Okay, so who's to blame? Sometimes it is the driver who insists on driving his car or her car, even if mass transit makes more sense. But that is more than exception than the rule. More people usually tend to do what makes the most sense for them. If driving will save them 20 minutes or a half hour, and they can afford the parking, that's what they will do. I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay, yeah, I just don't understand what the fuck's going on with this world when it comes to traffic safety or violations or whatever it is. This is the reason why we have road signals, to avoid such tragedy if that's the case. Yeah, especially stop signs and other signals that should avoid traffic. Well, sometimes it don't succeed, but mostly it does. I don't know nowadays what has gone wrong with drive safety or what it is. It's just one of those concepts to cut out your loss and break out the deck of cards. If there is nothing, absolutely nothing for you to do something about it. So in conclusion, my best advice is that if you're stuck in traffic and if you're lucky to find another way, why don't you just take the detour to an alternate path? That would save you some time and effort for this shit. Yeah, and to avoid confrontation of driving safety, what I meant is the traffic jam. Fuck, it may not be much, but it's worth of something. What's the fucking sense to have rules on your channel when there's no fucking sense to come up with most of them that don't do diddly cock? Well, I just do not know what's the point of this. Yeah, I do not know what's the point of this, but besides of being a hypocrite and one of those users who's asked for some trouble. Well, don't you worry about it. So, strap yourselves on with another cringeworthy shit that's gonna be exposed. Back in the mid-2010s in my high school years, I've seen some people making rules on their channel on YouTube, DeviantArt, and Witchfinder General. But I haven't went to DeviantArt until months after my graduation ceremony. By the meaning of that, I meant I never made a DeviantArt account until I was graduated. So, yeah, months later after that, yeah, the channel rules are really getting stale the second time you see them. So I thought the channel rules were useful to obey the hell out of them, but my interest towards them is going downhill 1 month at a time from the first time and the second time. What the fuck, man? Okay, so back in 2017, I have lost full interest from such a miscreant bullshit opportunity that's gonna get me tons and tons of hate. If I would ever put those rules, that doesn't make any fucking difference. Like, come the fuck on, peeps. Isn't that punishable to come up with such rules like that? Well, it depends on some people on the internet. Jesus. Okay, alright, my fellow peeps, so I gotta give you a few examples. So, first of all, channel rules can make you feel like not just a hypocrite, but they can make you look like a fucking jackass too. For example, you tell people not to call you a fucking Kiko, and yet you call whatever name Kiko back. What the hell's the meaning of this? Is it to make up any difference or something? Or end the fucking war? Of course not. Another example, you tell people not to bash other people's opinions, and yet you had the nerve to make the total ass of yourself by doing the opposite of it. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, man. Does these rules make you look like the boss, or the owner, or the founder, or the fucking CEO of YouTube? Hell no. That's just some stupid-ass dictator shit right there. The CEO of YouTube that we're talking about is Susan fucking Wojcicki. Well, yeah, she is the owner of YouTube, and Yeah, that's really much it, because she is the owner of YouTube, not us. Oh my Jesus. What else do I gotta say about this? Oh, I know. If you don't take down these useless rules on your profiles on YouTube, DeviantArt, MeWe, or Discord, or Instagram, or whatever the fuck you have in the next few seconds, your sorry ass is gonna be exposed, and or call you out by various users who you know around social media. Yeah, it don't matter if it's manipulation or not, you would still get hate for not removing your channel rules that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, most of them are senseless. It's also one of those concepts that you act like a man-child or a woman-child or whatever you say, and having refusals to take criticism by claiming that's bullying when it's far from it. Yeah, it also proves that you can't act like your age. Or is it just the same term as not taking criticism or whatever it is? But either way, it's just pointless. It just cheats. So here are more examples of what I'm talking about. Yeah, the channel rules in a nutshell. Time to make that. Okay, so it is: number 1, don't call me Kiko. Number 2, don't bash my opinions. Number 3, don't troll me. Number 4, don't make grounded videos out of me. Number 5, don't put swear words on my videos. Oh my fucking god, never heard of a freedom of speech. Number 6, don't call me names. Number 7, don't call me out for anything. Number 8, don't terminate me. Number 9, don't hack into my channel. Number 10, don't impersonate me. If you break one of my rules on my channel, you will be exposed and you will also be banned from coming back. Yeah, see that? See that, peeps? See how fucking inflammatory these nonsensical rules are? See that shit? Well, even though that rules number 9 and 10, yeah, and even number 8 are somewhat reasonable, but most of them doesn't make any sense. It's mostly not right. Those useless channel rules can go fuck themselves and kiss my ass. Yeah, what a waste of time to come up with such a brainless volunteering crap. I don't know, why is that? So, in conclusion, if you have ever made channel rules on your channel and regret that decision, that's good that you got rid of them. If you have channel rules and you don't want to get hate, I recommend to remove them right away. If you still have those pointless rules on your channel, but refuse to do such a thing like that, all I can say is that I fucking pity you. I genuinely do. Alright, my fellow peeps, we have the 5th installation of this triple Rant House episode. Number 1 is about to be grooming people with manipulations and betrayal, abandoned houses that should have never been happening, and installing Windows on older computers that's going to cause your stuff to be erased. Alright, let's get into these 3 individual pieces of miserable shit. God damn it. Okay, segment number 1, grooming people. Alright, take this, peeps. You have met a friend on any social media that is on YouTube, MeWe, Instagram, DeviantArt, or whatever website you use. So yeah, you have met a friend on any social media, and you claim that he or she is such a nice person. And as soon as the drama or any fucking situation or whatever happened, to pretend to be a friend or a lover just to manipulate them for months, or worse, years. And then later it leads to betrayal after one of our sides caught the toxic person, a cheater, attention seeker, a fucking stalker, or just hiding a secret just to get some help or avoiding trouble, which is fucking stupid. Or even worse, a hacker. Yeah, a hacker. Or a scam artist. Or whatever you claim. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with people with that fucking attitude like that nowadays? This is not how you treat a person this way. Why is that? Why is that? Is it because of those toxic communities that they're part of? Or like one of those opinion bashers or some other shit? Well, I have no idea. But what I do have an idea is all because that... Yeah, they're just acting like spoilers and acting like jackasses. I have nothing else to say about this. But we all know it is difficult for people with anyone to tell them to stop what they're doing to make our friendship worse than ever. Toxic communities are fucking bullshit. And I don't know what it is. It's really giving me a headache, don't you think? Yeah, it does. So instead of driving them to suicide or make things more worse than it already is, they better find a better way to turn this son of a bitch manipulation and bullshit drama around, apologize, and forget about what I described. Well, yeah, it would happen if it is a good time to call it a truce. Yeah, you better call that shit a fucking truce. This is fucking difficult, man. I don't know how long is it gonna last it up to. So, if you have a good time to rant on shit that you should have think twice about and regret it, go ahead and rant it. Segment 2. Abandoned Places. Abandoned places are so dark, scary, and mostly one of the most fucked up concepts that disturbs the hell out of our environments in any country, or rather, any continent ever. I don't know what's up with this, but I do know what's up with whatever that I'm about to say. It's because various owners had to close down places or tear the buildings half-assed down, or have them infested with various parasites that smelt like someone took a big fat juicy shit all over this place that doesn't want you to explore. Well, yeah, not at least you have a fucking gas mask, or a breath mint and a mask. Why is that? This is very disturbing. Speaking of which, I've seen videos where people took an exploration of various houses, buildings, and other industry places that should have been prevented from letting this happen. Damn, I even seen properties that were abandoned, foods that were molded as hell. Yeah, books are soiled. Yeah, TVs are broken. Spoiled, rotten food. Don't want to know what's inside of it because, yeah, they're going to infest it with various parasites. And scared. Yeah, there's also rats in there. Yeah, rats sneaking in abandoned places. Oh, God. Especially when people have previously bought shit but they decided to leave them behind. What the fuck is the point of this? God damn. I haven't seen one of these videos that have something to do with kidnapping. Like, a girl got kidnapped inside of a fragile box, or whatever box it was, but thank God these 4 people saved her. Even though that the no trespassing phases don't do shit. So yeah, trashy establishments, rancid smells due to a rotten food, unsolved mysteries, and just in case that happens, deceased animals, rusty-ass tools. Even the investigators either had or never had the chance to search up why is it. I found them not resourceful at all, and even if I had the chance to watch it, but I wouldn't want to have this shit happen to my worst fucking enemy. I wonder what the fuck happens if you would even dare to watch these scary-ass videos like that at 3 in the fucking morning. Alright, trying to install Windows on older computers. It is absolutely not a very good idea to install any Windows operating systems on older computers, laptops, or devices, especially if you have Windows Longhorn. It is a waste of time, money, and fucking useless. What is the point to come up with such things like that? Just to have the balls to experiment this shit on video? To see what happens? Even though it is stupid, there's no choice but to have a person to do such a thing like that, so no one would do the same. Yeah, none of the viewers would do the same as anyone who has the guts to do that. A few more reasons why are that it would cost your files, especially the System 32, if the System 32 file would be removed and gone out of control, filled with malware or whatever it is, just in case there are filled with viruses and malware that you can't get rid of. The Windows will be out of people's support on other important shit. And later than some other browsers and programs are now prevented from getting to work again. This is tearing me the fuck apart. I even had terrible experience on my past laptops that I have over these years. Even I was stupid for deleting the System 32 file on my first laptop that I had as my graduation present. Shit. Well, so in conclusion, best friends with terrible benefits, important places that have been taken for granted, and installing Windows on older computers is not at all what I had in mind in this motherfucker, man. So, I don't know. Yeah, even the third segment reminds me of various malwares that you can't get rid of them permanently without a special antivirus to do something about them. Alright, peeps, I'm just gonna have to have all this shit wrapped up for now.
Hello there, Rookie.
Hey there, Mason. Thanks for having me over for this week's episode.
So what segment are we going to rant on, man?
We're going to rant on Umbrella Corp.
Okay, what the hell is the matter with this game?
I'll tell you what is our deal with this. According to IGN and various critic websites, their scores are low as hell. This is a bad competitive shooter that doesn't even know how to take advantage of its few strengths.
Oh shit.
According to IGN, it says that its mechanics frequently contradict each other, balance is absurd, controls are clumsy, and it fails to pull anything meaningful from the Resident fucking Evil universe other than some recognizable settings.
Way to go, Capcom. Way to go screwing this operation up like that, just like that horrendous Steel Battalion Heavy Armor game for the Xbox 360.
These two Capcom games that Mason and Rookie mentioned should have fixed those fucking mistakes before releasing these two pieces of some bifid shit worldwide. Those games made me sick chill. It's just as pitiful as none of those Resident Evil games were ever released on the fucking Xbox.
Ugh, that's what I thought about what Mason said about the original Xbox, Chris. Fuck you, Capcom.
Also as pitiful as none of the Castlevania games released on the damn GameCube, so what the hell?
But the good thing is that the graphics look really good, realistic, and well done.
Yeah, only one of those good things happened in bad games sometimes.
Well, these zombies are also prevalent in the game's single-player campaign, which is a generous way to describe the mode provided.
Set across the game's multiplayer maps, you're tasked with collecting DNA from dead zombies over and over again until you play enough levels to unlock a new and a dull-ass objective to complete across a different multiplayer map.
Talk about redundancy, and it shouldn't be experienced by anyone except the poor quality assurance testers who were paid to do so.
Like the angry video game nerd said in his Resident Evil Survivor episode, was there really quality assurance with this game?
I think so, but the game testers didn't do that much of a good job to inspect what the fuck is wrong with it. But I do know that there was no quality assurance inspection for Resident Evil Survivor.
What a crummy rip-off that this game is. It's hard to imagine anyone beyond the most die-hard Resident Evil fans picking this game up, and even they will likely leave feeling ripped off.
Umbrella Corp feels like a cheap-ass soulless fan service and a tactical action espionage package.
I rest my case on this deal.
So am I, Rookie. Hello there, Infinite. Thanks for coming over. So what do you have for this segment?
Well, what we have is Fear Online.
Well, what is wrong with Fear Online Infinite?
Well, Fear Online is a free-to-play online multiplayer game that was unveiled to the public by launching official site in 2013.
Okay, it says here that the game featured a 4-player co-op option along with the traditional demolition and deathmatch game modes.
Well, that's not your typical first-person shooter games like Borderlands or Call of Duty. It's just like Unreal Tournament.
Very much about this. But however, there's some fuck-ups occurred in this game.
Yeah, the bugs occurred if the player is trying to type a message to other players. When a round ends, a player may be stuck in chat mode in the lobby.
Damn! That's just messed up infinite. Hasn't there any quality assurance in this? Not just to check the game if it's good but also have to perform bug fixes?
I don't understand this crap. When final beta versions of any games got released when still incomplete, and on the Slaughterhouse map, players can go outside the boundaries of the level and shoot through walls.
Well, the game was released back in October 17th, 2014, which was 7 years ago.
Yeah, due to the lack of support and patches, the game was officially shut down its servers on May 15th, 2015.
What a fucking chip. And besides, what a fucking waste of every people's hard-ass earned money.
But the good thing on this one is that the design of the characters and backgrounds don't look too bad.
Yeah, I see that, but I don't have anything else to say.
But the game sounded scary as hell.
Okay, I guess we'll have to wrap this up.
Well, Mason, what is your conclusion of these two games that you ranted on?
Umbrella Corps is such an asshole failure and gave the Resident Evil a very brutally bad name on account of how fucked up this game was. And Fear Online is not as bad as it was, but it had problems and the game developers should have fixed the bugs instead of pussy it by shutting down its servers.
Well, these games sucked real horribly.
Yeah, this sucks my ass. Okay peeps, I'd like to thank Rookie, Infinite, and David who is rocking it forever for appearing in this week's Rant House episode and requesting 2 segments, even Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine as a co-star appearance. Can you believe that we've been credited for this, Jill?
Exactly, Chris. But life in Raccoon City is such a bitch.
Now if you excuse me, I'm gonna take lots of laxatives to get rid of these 2 shit-ass games that mentioned for this week.
Anyone up for some Chinese buffet?
Sure thing, David. I sure am hungry anyways.
Then let's get going, Rookinit team.
Right to Hell Retribution is an action-adventure game developed by Kinect or whatever the fuck you pronounce, and published by Deep Silver. It was released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. So, what do I think of it? I gotta tell you, I really hate this piece of fucking shit open world game. It's one of the worst games that has ever released in the gaming libraries of Windows PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. God, ain't that about a bitch? Now let's see why this game is such a big ass fail. Alright, so here's a quick history of the fucking release. Right to Hell was originally announced in 2008 and was conceived as an open world game, much like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead and Saints Row. Before being quietly cancelled the same year, stuck in development hell, developer Uchinex or you know what, fuck you. The game developer continued to develop until its re-announcement 5 years later in 2013. Yeah, this game was released back in June 25th, 2013. Months before we have Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, so 5 years later in 2013, dropping the open world format in favor of a linear action game with combat and vehicle sections. Right to Hell has the gameplay, so yeah, let's go on with the gameplay. The player controls Jay Conway from a third-person perspective. The game's levels generally begin with the motorcycle driving segment, in which only forward movement is allowed and obstacles must be avoided by using ramps and power slides. Well, yeah, it is a drugged-up version of Wild Riders on the arcade, but much worse. Impacts and collisions lead to either a checkpoint reset or death. Combat can also occur in these segments, consisting a quick-time event melee attacks, shooting from a sidecar while an AR companion drives, or getting enough close to allow an AI companion to shoot. speaking of AI, yeah, this is some fucked up. This is fucked up. I don't know what the fuck is this. Okay, back in 1969, 69, Vietnam veteran Jay Conway returns home to his family of Plains bikers, which includes his uncle Mac and brother Mikey. Mikey has grown distant from his brother and shows disdain to his uncle, but is infatuated with his college friend and tutor Ellie, who likes bands. Mikey leaves angered when Mac refuses to allow him to go to a concert with Ellie. Mac sends Jake after him, and after consoling, they go to a diner. Outside, Mikey is confronted by the Devil's Hand biker gang. Jake intervenes as Devil's Hand member Colt notices Mikey's jacket, causing a chase. Whoa, I'll be goddamned about that. Okay. Jake survives with the bullet wound and is patched up by Mac. Jake swears vengeance on the Devil's Hand gang and hunts the bikers one by one. Mac helps Jake to find Anvil, who is revealed to be in San Alfonso, where he escapes after being discovered. Jake then goes to Army Officer Tyrell, who gives him weapons after proving himself. Proving what? That this game sucks my ass? Well, I gotta say, the game developers of Ride to Hell Retribution is sure is a piece of shit. I don't understand why is that. And yeah, in April, Ride to Hell resurfaced as 3 games sharing a theme and branding. Ride to Hell Retribution, a beat 'em up with a biker theme, handled by Uchinax, and was released on June 25th. Yeah, I know that. Ride to Hell Route 666, focused on road combat and handled by Black Forest Games, and Ride to Hell Beatdown, aimed at mobile platforms. Oh, I don't know what the fuck's up with this. I don't know what the fuck's up with this downloadable content or expansion packs. Does the expansion packs of Ride to Hell Retribution helps the gameplay feel better or improved? No, I don't think so. Not that much. Not even close. What the fuck? Okay, Ride to Hell was critically panned upon release and is considered one of the worst video games ever fucking made. This is some bullshit right there, man. This is a big ass failure. A big ass failure of inspiration of GTA. Critics condemned its broken and repetitive gameplay, piss poor controls, outdated graphics, very fucked up writing, piss poor acting, piss poor voice acting, piss poor artificial intelligence, most embarrassing awkward sex scenes, and the cringe-worthy offensive portrayal of women. Yeah, women deserve better. Numerous technical issues and developers cutting the originally fucked up planned open world concept in favor of a linear layout. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like I said once, and I'll say it again, this is one of the worst games that just happens in video gaming libraries of PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. No wonder why this game was never released on the fucking Wii. What the fuck? Yeah, no wonder why Arcade Cloud has claimed that this game is an ultimate glitch fest. Just look at it! Glitch is such a bitch. Glitch, the video game Glitch, is a big fat fucking bitch. I don't understand why is that. It's just like Superman 64. Yeah, these 2 games are so fucking awful that this game should have been canceled before it was released. What the hell? This is a fucked up concept of Grand Theft Auto and Road Rash combined. Yeah, fucked up, drugged up shit. I don't understand why is that. It's not even worthy for anyone who would spend $60 just for one fucking game. This is fucked up. This game should have never been sold in Walmart, GameStop, Movie Trading Company, or any other video game stores. This game should have been rejected a long ass time ago. I don't understand why. So in conclusion, yeah, this game is 1% indeed. This Ride to Hell Retribution is a piece of shit game. And this game should have never been made. So if you have a PC, a PS3, or an Xbox 360, do yourself a big ass favor and stay the fuck away from it. Because me, I'm lucky that I don't have an Xbox 360 or a PS3 at all. Because I have a fucking Chromebook. Well, yeah, this game is shit. And you know what? I would not give this game a 1% rating. I would give it a big ass negative 100% indeed. This game's a piece of shit. Fuck you. Okay, peeps, I have sometimes seen shit that some of you peeps are too young to understand such things like that. Well, these two habits that I'm about to say that bothers me, but drinking beer, yeah, one of those bad habits is not as bad as it seems as long as they drink responsibility and do nothing stupid like drinking and driving or causing a fucking car crash. Well, anyways, let's get into them. Oh yeah, you might not want to consider this another triple Rant House episode, because, yeah, this is a different kind of that shit. So, I'm going to talk about beer and alcoholic beverages, and the very bad things about it. Drinking beer every single day is so not recommended, because it contains empty-ass calories, and it's not as good as drinking diet sodas. Even though I drink diet sodas most of the time, drinking too much of that fucking shit can make you prone to gain weight and obesity. Yeah, and gain obesity. What the hell? Which is the root of many other health issues. As for various women who are pregnant with their infants, drinking beer during pregnancy is 100% not at all recommended, because your child cannot process alcohol as well as you can. And it will cause risk of miscarriage, premature birth, and having low birth weight. As for both men and women, alcohol can lead to the development of chronic disease and other serious problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, liver disease, and digestive problems. What? Wait a minute. Digestive problems is like having big ass trouble taking a big fat ass juicy shit on your fucking toilet? Fuck. In one of those weeks, or months, or rather years, if this shit takes it up, just to keep it up, you'll either end up having cancer on one of your body parts, especially your fucking asshole. Okay. The next habit that I found as bad is the goddamn microtransactions in any of the fucking modern games. Oh, what the hell? Why is this happening to every single game released? Especially if you bought Marvel vs. Capcom 4 on the Xbox One and PS4. I don't know if they do have downloadable content in the fourth Marvel vs. Capcom game. Damn. When you purchase the full game, you're supposed to play the game with no fucking problem. Like every character, stages, or venues or whatever should have been set as an unlockable stuff. Yeah, unlockable content rather than downloadable content. Yeah, it's just sometimes, because one of those microtransactions could be too expensive as hell, like, I don't know, get the full package bundle for only $39.99. Isn't that obnoxious? Another issue of this bullshit is that microtransactions tend to change gaming mechanics fundamentally. Many games are specifically built to encourage people to buy microtransactions. For free titles, they do this by limiting the number of times you can play in the specific periods, or always showing you ads that make you lose lots of fucking focus. And the worst part is, it doesn't last for a very long time. Take it like Xbox Live from the original Xbox, for example, with Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Yeah, the same game that we got for the GameCube. It says content DL, or downloadable content, and what you get to download is Mega Godzilla 3, The Ring, and Thrashberg. But if you can't get the DLC on your games from your classic consoles, that is your original Xbox, for example, then you're fucked. Oh shit, no wonder why there are no downloadable content references on the GameCube or the PS2. Even though the PS2 had online feature, but no, the PS2 does not feature downloadable content. The PlayStation era did not happen until the PlayStation 3 that has downloadable content. The third habit that I fucking hate the most is smoking. I'll tell you some reasons why is that. Obviously, smoking could cause cancer, heart and lung diseases, stroke, diabetes, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Sorry if I cannot pronounce it right. Smoking can also increase risk of tuberculosis, certain eye diseases, and problems of the immune system, including rheumatoid arthritis. If any of various women are smoking during pregnancy, it is the same fact as I told you in the segment of why beer is bad and should not drink all the time. The worst part about smoking is, you would have wrinkled skin, one of your teeth will rot, and it's just as addictive to heroin and cocaine. Oh my god. Yeah, chewing tobacco is just as bad as smoking. Before anyone dies of cancer for smoking, I suggest them to go find someone who can help them to quit smoking. But I'm not forcing them to do such a thing like that, peeps. But what I recommend is if they don't want to die, they might as well go to rehab. So in conclusion, people who are 21 or older can drink beer at any time they please, as long as they don't abuse themselves by drinking it too much, because it's very fucking bad. It's one of those reasons why they shouldn't drink and drive very much. Microtransactions is just giving the video game experience a bad name, even though I have to deal with them with 2 Plotagon and 1 Candy Master subscriptions. And smoking is the baddest one I hate, because if I can't get away from the rancid smell of tobacco, I might as well end up throwing the fuck up. Speaking of vomiting, I might as well do so just to get my mind off of them.
Well, I have DeviantArt, but I haven't used it much for months. Foot fetish arts, in my opinion, is one of the most immoral and unpredictable things that I have ever heard. Like, what the fuck is the purpose of having obsession with someone's feet? Do I see the resemblance of any erotica of them? I don't fucking think so. According to what various users that I know said, Belgilmayer says that foot fetish is full vomit feud. I 100% agree, man, because thinking about it makes me want to just... everyone else, including Artada and myself, wish that they never existed in the first place. Even better, it should have been considered illegal. Yeah, I wish that DeviantArt would ban all foot fetish posts. Those posts traumatized the living fuck out of everyone else, because they're destroying our childhood with them. They're all about our favorite franchises that we grew up as kids, such as Sonic, My Little Fucking Pony, My Hero Academia, Rick and Morty, Family Guy, American Dad, The Fucking Simpsons, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Marvel shit. When it comes to foot fetishes, they usually tickle them with a feather, kiss them, lick them, smell them, fuck them, piss on them, shit on them, jizz on them. What the fuck ever with this bullshit, man? Arrgh. This is super duper ultra mega embarrassing. Fuck! This is the ultimate barf fest, peeps. What I can think of something worse is that they would shit themselves. The main point of their feet is meant to do nothing about them except for foot massage therapies to ease the damn pain if their feet are in pain. Alright, on to the next segment, because I can't take much more of this. Well, Soulja Boy is one of the most memorable rappers who made good music, but he's not your typical one when it comes to overpriced emulator, or rather cheap-ass video game knockoff portable consoles. Because almost 3 years ago, Soulja Boy released a video game console called the Soulja Game. So what do I think of the Soulja Game console? Well, yeah, it sucked. It drew criticism for being an overpriced emulator of Nintendo and Sega handheld games. So what did Soulja Boy do is he announced two consoles, the Retro Soulja Boy Mini, which is the exact replica of the Game Boy, and the Soulja Game Fuse, which is a hybrid of Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Near the end of 2018 he pulled the Soulja Game consoles off his store amid threats of a lawsuit from Nintendo and other gaming companies. So, did Soulja Boy learn his lesson afterwards? Probably not, because on January 12, 2019, he released another handheld on his Soulja Watch website called the Soulja Game Handheld. This console looks similar in appearance to the PlayStation Vita. This is such a big-ass failure of Soulja Boy's video gaming experience when it comes to design on consoles. Well, most of the consoles are not his, so they're the original product of the retro consoles, and their lawsuits threatening to come on Soulja Boy's hands. I don't know what to say about Soulja Boy right now, but what we can say that Soulja Boy is a scam artist in video gaming design. I do love to enjoy the fan bases as much as the next guy when there's nothing wrong with them, but most of the fan and hate bases are so brutally much fucking wrong with them. I'll tell you why this sucks my fucking farts. Fuck! Where the hell would I begin? Start with people who has... Oh, yeah, there are a bunch of people who bash us opinions on characters they admire and despise, like this for example. Arrgh. The love shipping of Ochiko Uraraka and Katsuki Bakugo Kaken is the worst one I have ever heard. Like seriously, a cute female character would want to date a dangerous man who causes trouble? Fuck you, Gailu. Shut your fucking faggot-ass mouth about me and the love of my life that is Ochiko Uraraka dickface. Hey Katsuki, never heard of what Uraraka is saying to you, dumb motherfucker. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You're grounded until Uraraka and I get fucking married because my dick is fucking better than fucking yours and you fucking know it. Ugh. Well, that was fucking weird. Whoever attacked Katsuki, thank you.
That took care of this situation. If I ever want to marry a man in my life, it's gonna be Dex Midoriya.
Ugh. Whenever there's some shit like that, they force someone to like shit to hate and or hate shit to like against their own fucking wills. So to make it clear, every fan and hate bases are fucking toxic. It is when fans attack others with purity tests, it's when their criticism of some aspect of the show or whatever media is framed in exaggerated emotional terms. This tends to happen when they feel like only they are so-called true fans, and other people are fake, posers, or casual fans. So the real source of making them look toxic as hell is that they're full of acting childish, cringeworthy, headache-inducing insults, overly dramatic comments, sometimes driven to fucking suicide. This is too much, guys. Not even the Pokemon franchise would that much of a help to deal with this bullshit. So in conclusion, foot fetish posts on DeviantArt is the worst necessity that any artists would ever draw or create. Soulja Boy's video game consoles are a complete mockery of all video game releases that makes me want to gain a newfound hatred for him, and both of most of the fan and hate bases are fucking toxic as hell and not worthy for you to enjoy it. Before I end this week's Rant House episode, I'd like to thank Art Tata for giving me 3 requests via DMs on MeWe, and having himself along with Embryon in this show. Anytime, Mason. We truly appreciate what you are doing. Anytime, guys. So anyways, now that we got out of the way, we're going to head down to Kyaki Nanami's arcade palace to get our minds off of all 3 bad things that we discussed.
Well, the Emoji Movie is a 2017 computer animated comedy film based on smartphones emojis, directed by Tony Leondis. Or Leondis. Whatever you pronounce, because I hate it when I cannot do nothing right sometimes. And what do I think of this movie? This movie is one of the most cringiest animated movies I've ever heard since the first time I heard of it. So without further ado to ass shit, let's get into this one. So, Gene is an emoji that lives in Textopolis, a digital city inside the phone of his user teenager named Alex. He is the son of 2 meh emojis named Mel and Mary, and is able to make multiple expressions despite his parents' upbringing. His parents are hesitant about him going to work, but Gene insists so that he can feel useful. Upon receiving a text from his love interest Addie McAllister, Alex decides to send her an emoji. When Gene is selected, he panics, makes a panicked expression, and wrecks the text center. Gene is called in by Smiler, a smiley emoji and leader of the tech center, who concludes that Gene is a malfunctioned, so-called malfunction, and therefore must be deleted. Gene is chased by bots but is rescued by High Five, a once popular emoji who has since lost his fame due to lack of use. And oh boy, aren't they for some fucking trouble. He tells Gene that he can be fixed if they find a hacker, and High Five accompanies him so that he can reclaim his fame. Well, is it gonna fucking happen or what? Okay, Smiler sends more bots to look for Gene, and when she finds out that he has left Textopolis, his actions have caused Alex to think that his phone needs to be fixed. Gene and High Five come to a piracy app where they meet a hacker emoji named Jailbreak, who wants to reach Dropbox so she can live in the cloud. The trio is attacked by Smiler's bots, but manage to escape into the game Candy Crush. Candy Crush. I really do not like this game that much due to how addictive it is. Yeah, it's an absurd of addiction. Yeah, different story of it, but that still means I don't like it. Okay, Jailbreak reveals that Gene can be fixed in the cloud, and the group goes off to the Just Dance app. Yeah, I don't even like Just Dance either. And while there, Jailbreak is revealed to be a princess emoji who fled home after tiring of being stereotyped. They are once again attacked by bots, and their actions cause Alex to delete the Just Dance app. Gene and Jailbreak escape, but High Five is taken along with the app and ends up in the fucking trash can. Oh my fucking god. Hey, that's some bullshit. Alright, Mel and Mary go searching for Gene and have a very lethargic argument. They made up in the Instagram app when Mel reveals that he too is a malfunction, and explaining Gene's behavior. While traveling through Spotify, Jailbreak admits that she likes Gene just the way he is, and that he should not be ashamed of his malfunction. The two start to fall in love, and Gene silently debates his choice to change himself. They make it to the trash and rescue High Five, but are soon attacked by a bot upgraded with illegal malware. They evaded it by entangling its arms and enter Dropbox, where they encounter a firewall. After many tries, the gang gets past with the password being Addie's name and make it to the cloud, where Jailbreak prepares to reprogram Gene. Gene admits his feelings for Jailbreak, but she wishes to stick to her plan of venturing into the fucking cloud, unintentionally causing Gene to revert his apathetic programming out of heartbreak. Suddenly, the upgraded bot sneaks into the cloud, captures Gene, prompting High Five and Jailbreak to go after him with the Twitter bird summoned by Jailbreak in her princess form. Well, I'll be fucking damned. As Smiler prepares to delete Gene, Mel and Mary arrive. Mel reveals that everyone that he is also a malfunction, prompting Smiler to threaten to delete him as well. Jailbreak and High Five arrive at the disable the bot, which fails on top of Smiler. Alex has since taken his phone to the store in hopes that a factory reset performed by technical support would restore his phone's functionality. So, which would entail total destruction of Gene's should such operation complete. Gene's world should such operation complete. Shit. Out of desperation, Gene prepares to have himself texted to Addie, and making numerous faces to express himself, realizing that Addie received a text from him. Alex cancels the factory reset just as it nearly finishes, saving the emoji and finally getting to speak with Addie, who likes the emoji Alex sent. Gene accepts himself for who he is and celebrated by all of the emojis. Well, I gotta say, peeps, I would not claim this as a failure adventure because of those fucking vaginal yawn style rants. I don't know what the fuck to say about this. And I gotta say, even though the animation looks good, but this is just bizarre and and painful as hell in my honest thoughts. Even though this movie was a commercial success after grossing $217 million worldwide, I claim this movie as an enjoyable animated film. Even Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 7% rating. Metacritic gave a score of 12 out of 100. This is just a lack of loyalty and an enjoyable motion picture. Why don't the staff of the Emoji Movie claim that this was a commercial failure instead of saying it was a commercial success? I don't know. It really depends on someone else's taste. And also, I really fucking hate the soundtrack. And the casting did the best they could to make it enjoyable, but to me, nah, not even close in the finished development. I don't understand what the fuck it is. No wonder why this movie has an overwhelmed dislike and had a hate base. Get this fucking ass handed to it by the hate base. Damn. Alright, my fellow peeps, so in conclusion, your mileage may vary. You may like the movie, you may neutralize the movie, you may hate the movie either way. But for me, I say that this is the worst 3D animated movie I've ever heard, and it is not worthy for me to add on my DVD collection. I don't know what to say about this. I don't know what else to say. So, if you wanted to watch a better animated movie, go watch Finding Nemo or 9 or Team America or South Park Bigger and Longer and Uncut, even though it's a 2D animated film. Or Monsters Incorporated or whatever Witchfinder General you want to pick. For me, I would do the same, but I would watch some fucking Sausage Party. Gambling could be a good thing, but to me, it's fucking bad and illegal. Even though it is legal under US federal law, but that's crime related. Even Utah and Hawaii have banned gambling. So, let's get into this, why I consider this a fucking bad habit. Alright. So in my hometown, that is Texas, this move towards outlawing vices like alcohol, prostitution, and narcotics became prevalent in once wild country. The problem of gambling is harmful to psychological and physical health. People who lived with this addiction may experience depression, migraine, distress, intestinal disorders, and other anxiety-related problems. As with other addictions, the consequences of gambling can lead into feelings of despondency and helplessness. Well, this is fucking neglectful, is it? Is it that fucking neglectful? You'll just see what the fuck happens in this shit. So according to this fucking Skywood recovery website, studies have shown more than $6 billion has been lost each year to gambling addictions. This problem is far-reaching and caused both individuals and companies to panic and act in ways so they would not normally act. God damn. Gambling addictions also place a severe hardship on prison systems, public assistance programs, and legal systems. There are many consequences of gambling addictions that result in community economic costs. Well, especially giving them a wrong name. If you don't feel like going to fucking Las Vegas or whatever you go, too expensive to go to Las Vegas to do real gambling here? Is it? Too expensive for these people who wanted to go to Las Vegas but they couldn't? Well, I'll never know. Some community gambling addiction dangers fucking include increased rates of unemployment, number 1, bankruptcy, number 2, number 3, fucking fraud and check forgery, number 4, forced home sales, number 5, increased alcohol and drug abuse, number 6, poor mental and physical health of individuals and families. That is so uncalled for, peeps. You wouldn't know what kind of bullshit that you'll never see it coming until bad luck sneaks upon your fucking ass. Especially if you live in Mexico, Brazil, or any other countries that contain cartel or gangs. I don't know what's the use. And I've seen worse on one of those shocking websites that I won't leak. I did not know about it, but I'm starting to assume that it must have come up with a lot of gambling debt. Yeah, I'll never know about that either. And I don't want to know about that. If that shit had something to do with the fucking gambling debt, Lots and lots of fucking gambling debt. Yeah, I still would never know. While the addicted person will definitely, and I mean definitely, suffer during a gambling addiction, that person's family will also face challenges. The stress that the programmed gambler experiences may cause irritable behavior, secrecy in arguments, calls from creditors, and bill collectors' era relationships. Vital strengths impact all family members, and strained relationships make the experience difficult for even extended family members, friends, and colleagues. The children of gambling addicts also suffer in many ways, including number 1, emotional neglect and abandonment, and even physical abandonment when one parent is consumed in an addiction. Number 2, stress and irritable parents may lash out at children angrily, and even if they do not, these children could sense their parents' tension. Number 3, children of people with gambling addiction are at higher risk of experiencing their own addictions later in life. If you can't stop gambling, your life will be forever changed. The effects of a gambling addiction are often quite clear. A large number of people who engage in compulsive gambling will use debit or credit or debit cards or whatever card you choose to pay casinos or internet gambling organizations. If you're engaged in problem gambling, you're mostly likely incur debt, damage your relationships and your life, and lose sight of your goals in life. Or even worse, you'll end up in fucking jail. You'll be placed behind bars for the rest of your natural born-ass life. Yeah, even if you're released from jail, you'll end up being homeless. There are many ways that an untreated gambling addiction can change your life. Number 1, family problems are very common. Almost all compulsive gamblers around the world have issues at home with their family because of their addiction. Number 2, financial devastation is unavoidable. People with a gambling addiction will go to extreme measures to get money to gamble. Many people eventually resort to stealing, taking out large loans, and or other desperate means that are out of character. And out of line for that matter. Number 3, job loss is very high among gambling addicts. Gambling addiction may lead you to miss work or come to work distracted. Gambling addictions will interfere with work relations, promotions, and employment. Oh, god damn. This is the reason why I don't go to casino at all. If any of you are gambling addicts, you better change your fucking lives around and or go to rehab before your lives are gonna be worse than fucking ever. Trust me, it's not a good look, man. So, in conclusion, if you ever wanted to earn money so bad, get a real fucking job that doesn't put you or your family members in danger, or through that store by various gangs or anyone that you're not supposed to trust for that matter. Think twice before you do such a fucking thing. Okay, my fellow peeps, this week's Rant House episode is going to be dedicated to various students, teachers, and the rest of any school staff members who have lost their lives during previous school shootings. Ugh. Because I do not fucking tolerate school shootings as much as everyone else does not tolerate that shit either. Ugh. This is some fucking bullshit right there. So without any further ado to ass shit, let's get into this bullshit that should have been banned world fucking wide a long ass time ago. Okay. A school shooting is an attack at an educational institution such as primary school, secondary school, or university involving the use of firearms. Many school shootings are also categorized as mass shootings due to multiple casualties. The phenomenon is most widespread in the United States, which has the highest number of school-related shootings. But school shootings have taken place in many countries across the fucking world. Oh, fuck. I don't understand why the hell does this have to happen in any countries ever, or rather in any continents. According to studies, factors behind school shooting include family dysfunction, lack of family supervision, ready access to firearms, and mental illness, among many other psychological issues. Among the topmost motives of attackers were bullying, persecution, and threatened 75%, and revenge 61%, while 54% reported having numerous reasons. The remaining motives included an attempt to solve a problem 34%, suicide or depression 27%, and seeking attention or recognition 24%. This is heartbreaking, peeps. This is just fucking heartbreaking. It really breaks my heart to see that shit happen. School shootings have sparked a political debate over gun violence, zero tolerance policies, gun rights, and gun control. The United States Secret Service published the results from a study regarding 37 school shooting incidents involving 41 individuals in the United States from December 1974 through May 2000. In the previous report of 18 school shootings by the FBI, they released a profile that described shooters as middle-class, lonely/alienated, awkward Caucasian males who have access to guns. The most recent report cautioned against the assumption that a perpetrator can be identified by a certain type or profile. The results from the study indicated that perpetrators came from varying backgrounds, making a single profile difficult when identifying possible assailant, or whatever you pronounce. For example, some perpetrators were children of divorced, lived in foster homes, or came in intact nuclear families. The majority of individuals had rarely or never gotten into trouble that school had healthy social life. Some, such as Alan Lippman, have warned against the dearth of empirical validity of profiling methods. Dorothy Espilage of the University of Florida notes that 8% of bullying victims become angry and aggressively so. She added they become very angry, they may act out aggressively online. They may not hit back, but they definitely run amid. What the fuck? Okay, I guess Dorothy got that point right. Bullying is common in schools and seemed to play a role in the lives of many of the school shooters. A typical bullying interaction consists of 3 parts: the offender, bully, a victim, and one or more bystanders. This Formula 3 enables the bully easily create public humiliation for their victim. Students who are bullied tend to develop behavioral problems, depression, less self-control, and poorer social skills, and to do worse in school. Once fucking humiliated, victims never wanted to be a fucking victim again and try to regain their image by joining groups. Often they are rejected by their peers and followed through by restoring justice and what they see as an unjust situation. Shit. Their plan for restoration many times results in violence as shown by the school shooters. 75% of school shooters had been bullied or left behind evidence of having been victims of bullying, including Nathan Ferris, Edmar Presidio Friedas, Brian Head, Seung Hui Cho, Wellington Menzies Oliveria, Jeff Weiss, Eric Handstock, Charles Andrew Williams, Nicholas Cruz, Dimitrios Paragrizis, Eric Harris, and Dylan Klebold. I don't know what the fuck to say about this shit, anything else, but I don't know. I just don't fucking know. I never saw that shit happen back in my high school days in person. It has long been debated whether there exists a correlation between school shooting perpetrators and the type of media they consume. A popular profile for school shooters is someone who has been exposed to or enjoys playing violent video games. What the fuck? Is this where they got that? This isn't Grand Theft Auto. What the hell? Okay, so here are the fucking rankings of most killings in some fucking countries. Garrison University College attack happened in Kenya in April 3rd, 2015. 147 students dead. The 2014 Peshawar school attack in Pakistan on December 16th, 2014. 145 people dead. At Kirk Polytechnic College massacre in Ukraine, 21 people lost their lives. At Call Polytechnic massacre in Montreal, 15 people, including the perp, pushed up daisies. Realengo massacre at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 13 people deceased. Waikino school shooting at New Zealand, and Monash University shooting, 2 people dead. Chihuahua school shooting and Collegia Americano, January 18th, 2017, which is the fucking Monterrey, and October 1st, 2010 at Chihuahua, Mexico. 2 people gone. And I couldn't forget the worst concept that happened back in 2017 with most kills, even though I don't know that as a kid that is the fucking Virginia Tech shooting, 33 people dead. In my honest opinion, this tactic is one of the worst moments I've ever fucking known, and I definitely give the school shootings a big ass award. The big shit trophy for the worst school bullying methods ever in any educational or education institution that has given a bad name. I consider this 100% plus worse than bullying. So in conclusion, if my family and I ever found out that my younger siblings and my younger cousins who are still in school, and if they are fatally wounded, or worse, dead, we will not tolerate this shit, and I hope whoever is the fucking perpetrator, sorry ass, just in case, and rather many fucking perpetrators, sorry asses, placed behind bars where the fuck they belong. I really wish that this school shootings, any places, at school shootings that happen in any places never fucking happened.
Suicide is the act of intentionally causing one's own death. Mental disorders, nihilistic beliefs, physical disorders and substance use disorders are absolutely risk factors. Some suicides are impulsive acts due to stress, relationship problems, and harassment/bullying. Those who have previously attempted suicide are at a higher risk for future attempts. Effective suicide prevention efforts include limiting access to methods of suicide, such as but not limited to firearms, drugs, drinking alcohol like crazy and poison material, treating mental disorders and substance misuse, careful media reporting about suicide, and improving economic conditions. Even though crisis hotlines are uncommon, but the bullshit factor is that they have not been well studied. God damn it! I don't get it why crisis hotlines are sometimes such a help and other times don't do diddly. Fuck! The most commonly used method of suicide varies between countries and is partly related to the availability of effective means. Common methods of suicide including hanging, pesticide poisoning, and firearms. Oh, did I forget to mention that some people have the balls to start a live stream on fucking Facebook and that satanic Twitter website? This is fucking scary, man. Why would some person want to videotape him or herself killing themselves around social medias? This ain't right. They should have think twice before they do such thing. Suicide resulted in over 800,000 global deaths in 2015, an increase of over 712,000 deaths in 1990. This makes suicide the 10th leading cause of fucking death worldwide. So seriously, what did God say about this desperate situation? What would God say about this? Either God or Jesus would say about it. Think about it before you throw that God-blessed material away. Jesus gave you a life of your own, He filled your empty void. Those guys never made trash, they made harmony and peace for every one of us. If you dare attempt to kill yourself, please don't do it, it's not worth it because you will go straight to hell. This is not a good look, peeps. Matter of fact, it's not a good time, or rather, never a good time to throw your own life away. We have a lot of family and friends who give a damn about you. Instead of committing suicide, go find something else to get rid of your suicidal thoughts. Go somewhere, go do something fun, go get active, go eat something, go get some help that you deserve or anything. But please, for the love of God and Jesus, Don't take your life through death's door. A traffic collision, aka car crash or car accident, or whatever the fuck you say, occurs when a vehicle collides with another vehicle, pedestrian, animal, road debris, or other stationary obstruction such as a tree or a pole, or even worse, a fucking building. Traffic collisions often result in injury, disability, or worse, death. Oh my god! I can't bear a damn thing over this catastrophe. Oh yeah. Don't fucking forget about this shit, which is the public and private property damages as well as financial costs to both society and the individuals involved. Road transport is the most dangerous situation people deal with on a daily basis, but casualty figures from such incidents attract less media attention than other, less frequent types of tragedy. A number of factors contribute to the risk of accidents that are including but limited to vehicle design, speed of operation, road design, weather, road environment, driving skills, impairment due to alcohol and drugs, and behavior, notably aggressive driving, distracted driving, speeding, and street racing. In 2013, over 54 million people worldwide sustained injuries from various vehicle accidents. This resulted in 1.4 million deaths in 2013, up to 1.1 million deaths in 1990. Ugh. Shit! What the hell? I can think of a lot worse. Having over $1,000, or rather over $10,000 for the bill, unless you're covered by your insurance. Your ass is far past fucked. Oh, even farther worse, one of them body parts will be torn apart from various accidents. God damn it! I don't even want to think of it this way at a bad time like that. Well, after minutes of this accident, various officers, firemen, and paramedics come to rescue people to get out of this godforsaken dangerous situation. This is one of the reasons why the traffic jam happened. This is just the fucked up situation over there. People who were involved in this accident but never managed to die got so lucky that they survived. But it ain't worth nothing to write the shitty ass fuck home about. Son of a bitch. So in conclusion, these two concepts are such a tragedy, and those two main things that I can't fucking live with, killing themselves especially, just thinking about them are really making me get procrastinated from focusing my fucking work. Ugh. I can't fucking stand them because I have nothing else to say, even though those are the parts of life, but they're heartbreaking. Okay, now that I got pisses off, I need to calm down and wrap this thing up before I go insane. Before I start this Rant House episode of the Final Fantasy franchise, if you peeps are huge fans of Final Fantasy, please leave a dislike because I am not attending manipulation or plagiarism for this week's episode. Okay, on with the fucking video. According to the Screen Rant website and various websites but mostly Screen Rant, the Final Fantasy franchise is one of the most popular and influential game and media franchises to ever exist, created and developed by Square Enix over 30 years ago. Well, it seemed very interesting at first in Japan. The science fiction and fantasy franchise centers on role-playing video games, but over the fucking years it has branched into anime, manga magazines, especially that stupid fucking dumbass G-film that I ranted on from last season of this show. It still makes no sense that Princess Hitch rides instead of having a variety of vehicles at their disposal, in my opinion, even though it's not that bad. But what the fuck is this supposed to be? Final Fantasy or Grand Theft Auto? Why do some characters survive catastrophic explosions but others are injured from an earthquake? And why does no one perish from falling from extreme heights? Ugh. Anyhow, I'm going to give you top 10 reasons why I threw the Final Fantasy franchise out of my damn guild. Number 10, can't skip the intro of summons. The franchise's visuals are incredible! Seeing the animation of an Ian summon for the first time is very cool. But for some reason there is no way to skip the Ian intros in the Final Fantasy games? Oh, that's just great. Talk about redundancy. You are obligated to see the same fucking animations over and over again with no way of getting rid of them. Number 9, everyone copies Aerith's sacrifice. Final Fantasy VII is praised for the bold decision to end one of the main characters at the hand of the villain. Aerith Gainsborough is introduced as a flower seller when she meets the hero who is Cloud Strife. Her role in the story is very important as she is one of the last surviving Stray and her prayer can summon the only power that can stop the destructive magic. What the shit hell am I saying this? Oh yeah, the only problem is that this wasn't the first or only time Square Enix made bold decisions about the main members of the party, man. Number 8, Malik and Rafa are so overrated people, like what the fuck? The pair of siblings appear to be a big deal in Final Fantasy Tactics. Due to Rafa's Sky Mantra and Malik's Nether Mantra, the Grand Duke Jareth Barrington covers their powers and will do almost anything to obtain their powers for his own purposes. The problem is in regard with the siblings' powers of Heaven Knight and Hell Knight. I got a better idea. Why don't those game designers to have Rafa, Malik, and Grand Duke Jareth Barrington jerking each other off? Fucking jack-offs. Number 7. The King's tombs are all over the place. After King Regis got his fucking ass handed to him at the beginning of Final Fantasy XV, Prince Noctis has the task of retrieving the royal arms, aka the magical weapons of past Lucian kings. However, the King's tombs are all scattered and even considered lost. How is that possible? Seriously, how can this shit be possible? King Regis had access to these weapons when he was alive and must have kept a record or a map of their locations. Number 6. Okay, the translation in earlier Final Fantasy games wasn't great but not bad either. But the worst problem is that we English speakers are stuck with it. The hardcore fans have been debating the meaning of Final Fantasy VII's plot for many years now based on just one of 2 lines of dialogue. It doesn't matter what if those lines should have been something different. Those are the lines that everyone in the western side knows. Especially those old-ass mistakes can still have a nasty bite. Shit! Number 5. Lackluster storylines. The Final Fantasy franchise has given players some of the most amazing storylines and some very emotional scenes over the years. The series has also tackled various deep and dark themes over the years and has often been applauded for its storytelling. However, the storylines of recent Final Fantasy titles have not been as hard-hitting as some of the earlier titles and fans have been left a little disappointed in them. The new recent title that is Final Fantasy XV, fans actually felt was unfinished, as if it had been rushed and fans had to rely on DLC to get some form of fucking closure. The games really need to get the hell back on form when it comes to storytelling. How underwhelming. Number 4. Boring-ass side quests. Though side quests are an expected feature of any RPG, Final Fantasy fans have grown tired of boring side quests, usually taking the form of fetch, kill requests, or escort quests. Wow! Think about Superman 64 when it comes to those aggravating and time-fucking-wasting escort quests. Not only are these quests rather tiresome, but they just don't add any kind of quality to the gameplay. God damn it! The older Final Fantasy titles had side quests that actually added something. Number 3. Victory dances that got out of hand. It is safe to say the majority of the Final Fantasy characters are part summoners, part cheerleaders. Oh, that's just weird. Characters celebrate every single fucking victory, and they do so with the art of dance. Yeah, the victories get very fucking old very fucking fast. Plenty of players have lost lives in their games due to a victory dance that happened all too damn soon. Number 2. The entire fucking fan and hate bases. Damn right. Don't forget about that. They're a load of opinion bashing and criticism defying crazed up maniacs. Yup, most of the fan and hate bases like Final Fantasy are bad. They couldn't keep their obsessions to themselves before they rub it in and go gaga over the franchise. Do I have to say anything more about that? Probably not. And here it is, peeps. We have hit the worst fuck-ups of Final Fantasy. Number 1. Chronologically confusion. I have watched the Angry Video Game Nerd's chronologically confused video about this franchise, about we live in the United States of America and got Final Fantasy 1, and more of the Final Fantasy games in Japan. We never had Final Fantasies 2 or 3. Final Fantasy 4 came out and dubbed the release with a number 2. Number 2. Final Fantasy have the 5th and 6th installment in Japan. We even have 6 dubbed the release that is 3. God damn it! This is just confusing. I don't understand why is the franchise have to get so confusing with these missing sequels. In the words of the Angry Video Game Nerd, what a bunch of fucking bullfuck. So in conclusion, the Final Fantasy franchise have gone inflammatory due to the facts I said, especially that 2001 bullshit 3D animation film of the same name. I may add some characters from this franchise, but that still don't mean I like Final Fantasy or any other crazy shit. Even the fan and hate bases are nothing but shit. Shit coming out of a fucking parasitic pus bubbling shit sucking butt fucking dead donkey's asshole. So anyways, if you still like this franchise, that's fine as long as you don't make it worse as it is.
I wonder if Mason is going to get our friends to put the Christmas decorations up.
Dragon Ball Z for Kinect was released only for the Xbox 360 almost 10 years ago, back in October 9th in the US of fucking A. The source engine of the game used as just the same as the Ultimate Tenkaichi source. How is that? Well, even though I'm ranting on this fucking game, let's see how bad this damn game is. This is one of those Dragon Ball games that were never released in Japan, although it still features a Japanese speech talk available for international players and released in Korea. Okay, let's get into the main shit, because that's not the point. Okay, so Dragon Ball Z for Kinect is a first-person fighting game similar to the arcade game Dragon Ball Z VR VS, with graphics similar to Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. The game has over 50 characters, including one character exclusive to the game, Super Saiyan Bardock, and over 100 moves to perform. There are over 20 special cards with QR codes that can be scanned via the Kinect for additional content, characters, and power-ups. Those QR cards are offered as pre-order incentives, promotions, or the press. Cardboard Super Saiyan Goku hair has been included in each copy of the game, which players can wear, with the black of the hair printed with QR codes. What, is it still available, especially on the fucking used ones? Well, I don't know, because I never seen anyone that is used in person, or maybe I have, but I never checked on the Xbox 360 library because I'm always suckered for libraries of PlayStations 1 and 2. Okay, during the battles, the player retains control only over limited movement and dodging technique, returned by spectacular camera movements in the anime style. The fighting system requires the player to carry their body with every movement and every shot so that the character executes them on screen. It results in a true fusion of breathtaking cinematic and immersed gameplay. And what do I think of it? Well, this game is another fucking failure of being a success of a Dragon Ball game, much like Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Another damn shit-ass game never had an international release. Oh, what the hell I gotta say about this? Oh yeah, according to the score reviews from various video game critic websites and via GameFAQs, and most of them gave it low scores. Game Revolution and Games Radar Plus 2 out of 5. Cheat Code Central 2.2 out of 5. Destructoid GameSpot and Worth Playing 4.5 out of 10. COG Connected 51 out of 100. Console Monster 31 out of 100. Planet Xbox 360 4 out of 10. Well, yeah, the fucking graphics look good as hell, but what's the point of having good graphics in a fucked up game like that? Doesn't that really mean anything? Well, let's see if it does. Yeah, the good thing is that they have graphics, and yeah, the graphics look good. They even have achievements, but although it's nothing to write home about. So according to Angelo M. D'Arangio at the fucking Cheat Code Central website, this game doesn't really have a story mode to speak of. Instead, the game takes you on a trip down memory lane through all the series' major battles. It's kind of like an interactive clip show. Every battle starts with a cutscene that briefly sets the stage before it thrusts you into the game in order to recreate the events of the anime. It's blatantly marketed to fans of the anime, as very little context is given for each fight. Oh yeah, it's like Road Avenger and Dragon's Lair, Space Ass. I'm sorry, Space Ace, but I wish it was Space Ass. But it's the fucked up poor man's version of Dragon's Lair, don't you think? With those fucking controls that don't look responsive to me. So anyways, the motion controls are fucking delayed and unresponsive. Yeah, I did say that. The gameplay is repetitive. The cutscenes are way too long that I considered absurdity. Yeah, it's very absurd to enjoy. And there are piss poor designed first boss fight. Oh fuck. Is the first boss battle definitely gonna be a stupid fucking boss fight? Oh my god, I really can't bear to see it. If there is, I really hate it to see that shit. And I really hate to feel about it. So in conclusion, this game is over 9,000, and there's no way that can't be right. So I don't know what's wrong with video game franchises nowadays with terrible graphics and other things that are so incomplete, especially bad soundtrack. Well, anyways, do yourself a huge ass favor and avoid this game at all costs. And while you're at it, throw your Kinect sensor for your Xbox 360 out of the fucking garbage. Because that add-on is so old news. Motherfucker. Well, let me tell you about these three things that is a huge ass travesty towards video gaming. Okay, number one, Tiger handheld portable consoles are one of the first handheld consoles, but failed to be a commercial success due to how much travesty it looks. And number two, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is one of the Animal Crossing games that turned out to be a clusterfuck of a party game. It's a toned-down version of Mario Party, but fucking terrible. And as for Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, it is a big-ass failure of a video game, causing the 15th anniversary celebration of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise to be ruined. Talk about party foul right there, man. Well, what the fuck? Okay, now let's get into the motherfuckers. Okay, starting with Tiger Electronics, aka Tiger and Tiger Toys. It is an American toy manufacturer best known for its handheld LCD games. The Furby, yeah, the fucking Furby, the Talk Boy, Giga Pets, the 2XL robot, and audio games such as Brain Warp. When it was an independent company, Tiger Electronics Incorporated, its headquarters were in Vernon Hills, Illinois. It has been a subsidiary of Hasbro since 1998. But let's just focus on the fucking bad handheld shit and cartridge-based handhelds itself. Tiger is most well known for their low-end handheld gaming systems with LCD screens. Each unit contains a fixed image printed onto the handheld that can be seen through the screen. Static images then light up individually in front of the background that represent characters and objects. Similar to numbers on a digital clock, in addition to putting out some of its own games, Tiger was able to secure licenses from many of the day's top-selling companies to sell their own versions, such as Spider-Man, Mega Man, X-Men, Street Fighter 2, Sonic, Castlevania, and other shit, and other medias that have been butchered by those fucking consoles. Later, Tiger introduced what they call wrist games. These combined a digital watch with the scaled-down version of a Tiger handheld game. In 1995, Tiger introduced Super Data Blasters, line of sports-themed handhelds. Each featured a contemporary statics for players of a specific sport to ability to record new sports statics and built an electronic game for the sport. And typical electronic organizers features such as an address book and calculator. In 1998, Tiger Electronics released 99X games, a series of handhelds fitted with a dot matrix screen allowing a wide variety of backgrounds and different gameplay for a single game. Oh yeah, and there's also some fucking cartridge-based handhelds such as the R-Zone and the fucking Game.com. Yeah, I thought it was the Game.com, but it's Gamecom. So, yeah. And the first one that I never known, which is the cartridge-based handhelds, was the Quiz Whiz, a highly popular interactive quiz game system. Players inserted a cartridge and played using the corresponding quiz book. So yeah, there's the R Zone. It employed red LCD cartridges, much like the Virtual Boy, which were projected via backlight onto the reflective screen that covered one of the player's eyes. And third was the Game.com handheld system, which was meant to compete with the Nintendo Game Boy Original and Game Boy Color, and Sega Game Gear and Genesis Nomad, and boasted such novel features as a touchscreen and limited internet connectivity. The latter two were commercial failures and garnered a negative reception. Yeah, they have a butchered, fucked up releases, fucked up versions of Resident Evil 2, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Fighters Mega Mix, and what else? Yeah, fucking Midway arcade treasures and shit. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the handheld gaming nowadays. If you wanted to play a game on a handheld console, stick with the Game Boy Advance or the PlayStation Portable. Alright, moving the fuck on, motherfucker. Okay, Animal Crossing Amiibo. Amiibo Festival. Okay. And what the hell is that about? Alright, I'm checking it out, what the hell it is. Okay, it's a 2015 party video game developed by Nintendo and NDQ for the Wii U. Similar to the Mario Party series. Yeah, I said it is about, like the Mario Party, but it's a butchered version of it. The game is a spin-off to the Animal Crossing series that moves away from the series' traditional format, instead being a party game that primarily integrates amiibo figures into the gameplay. Okay, so what's it about? Okay, the Amiibo Festival is a virtual board game similar in style to the Mario Party series. Playable Animal Crossing characters include Isabelle, KK Slider, Tom Nook, and Mabel. For the series 8 characters upon which Amiibo toys have been based. The game also supports the Amiibo cards, which had debuted alongside Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer and generally requires the use of Amiibo toys for play. And what do I gotta say about this according to reviews? Yeah, it is a commercial failure, and the game was praised as undoubtedly charming, relaxing, and best played with friends. Yeah, that's what some people think, but most of them people claim that this game is shit. Unlike its predecessors, this game received mixed to negative reviews from critics. And IGN rated the game at 5 out of 10, saying that Amiibo interrogation is cumbersome and hard to play with. Hard to play with, that's what she fucking said. And the gameplay is a boring and slow snooze fest. Yeah, mixed up with that messed up, boring old crappy-headed fuck fest. Having almost fallen asleep while playing. Oh, God. Boring and repetitive gameplay. Talking an hour to get anything good. And not, what the hell? I don't know what the hell it is. Yeah, it is a commercial failure, selling over 20,000 copies within its first week release in Japan. Well, that's fucked up the ass right there, motherfucker. Okay, moving on to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Alright. Yeah, commonly referred to as Sonic 06. It's a platform game, a 3D platform game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega. It was produced in commemoration of the Sonic series' 15th anniversary and intended as a reboot for the 7th generation video game consoles. Players control Sonic, Shadow, and a new character, Silver, who battles Solaris, an ancient evil pursued by Dr. Eggman. Okay, well, let's see how the gameplay. Just a quick of it. Okay, it's a 3D platformer with action, adventure, and role-playing elements. Like Sonic Adventure, the single player navigates through open-ended hub worlds where they can converse with townspeople and perform missions to advance the story. The main gameplay takes place in the linear levels that become accessible as the game progresses. The main playable characters are three hedgehogs, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver, who feature in separate campaigns titled Episodes, a bonus last episode, which involves all 3 hedgehogs and concludes the storyline. It is unlocked upon completing the first 3. Alright. So Dr. Eggman has kidnapped Princess Elise of Soliana in hopes of harnessing the flames of disaster. A destructive power sealed within her, aided by his friends, Tails and Knuckles. Sonic works to protect Elise from Eggman. Meanwhile, Shadow and his fellow agent Rouge, the fucking bat, accidentally release an evil spirit, Mephiles or Mephiles, or whatever you pronounce. The spirit transports them into a post-apocalyptic future ravaged by a demonic monster, Iblis. When Mephiles meets survivors Silver and Blaze, he fools them into thinking Sonic is the cause of the destruction and sends them to the present to kill them. Oh, great. Sonic is being accused for something he didn't do, just like it happened at Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube and Dream fucking cast. I don't know what to say about this. Well, but actually I do. It's gonna be the same as Amiibo Festival of Animal Crossing, but fucking harsher. Yeah, it's another game that turned out to be a commercial failure. It's one of the worst games of all time. In 2010, Sega delisted Sonic the Hedgehog from retailers, following its decision to remove all Sonic games with below-average Metacritic scores. Yeah, the fucked up gameplay, bad controls, and bad camera angles, and a lot of load times that takes away your time. And contemptuously challenged. Cutscenes are cringy as fuck. The Sonic series had veered off into absolute nonsense. This is a mess from top to bottom. Gone from great to a big fat pile of dog shit. What the fuck? What is wrong with video game franchises nowadays when it comes to bad shit? So I've noticed that the Nintendo Wii and PC versions were cancelled. I wonder why is that? Oh yeah, there's some downloadable content in this game. But what the fuck's the point of having downloadable content when the games are bad? Just doesn't help that much. See that, peeps? This is how you ruin a fucking party. This is how you ruin a celebration of any anniversary releases with that piece of shit game like that. Shame on all 3 of the companies that got us fucked over. So in conclusion, stay the fuck away from the handheld portable consoles from Tiger, and stay away from Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and especially stay the fuck away from Sonic 2006. Yeah. Or I'd rather call it Sonic 0666, because that game is a piece of shit. If you wanted to play if you ever wanted to play a good game, or have a good game console, yeah, stick with the PlayStation Portable or any other handheld consoles that is worthy for your time, and play a better Animal Crossing game rather than this one, and play any of the Sonic games rather than the Sonic 666 game. These 3 things that I've talked about are nothing but pieces of fucking shit. Alright, my fellow peeps, Kinect Forever send me this Samdan thing. Yeah, and he said, you should do the Vion and Samdan communities. Well, if now Terry made about it. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna rant on the Samdan community. And so, without any further ado, let's see how much bad the Samdan community is. What the fuck is it anyhow? Okay, my fellow peeps. So, according to Terry the Two-Nator guy, yeah, he has given in his honest thoughts on the Samdan community and a description on his question number 33 video. Yeah, no wonder why it's gonna suck. Excuse me. Okay, anyways, Terry the Two-Nator guy said this. I'm starting to dislike it because I felt like people are copying almost most of others' opinions, especially to the point where they copied most of their reasons why they like or hate something by giving out the exact same thing, and somewhat having the same formula as the other users that used for BTNLs using Samdan font. Ugh. However, while some of my opinions has become unique in general, I felt so horrible and I regret having some of them of mine bandwagoning others' opinions when they originally first have popular and or unpopular ones. Having similar to mine when people are changing their opinions and decisions, causing them to begin to copy others or what they do without permission. Oh, as for BTNLs, I'm starting to have mixed feelings on them due to how uncreative and spammy it becomes, despite the fact that it already causing drama by people just copying and bandwagoning most of others' opinions, which depends on their same formula as them without giving them credit whatsoever. I mean, even if they did, then not everyone can have sort of good ideas, since we know that we all make mistakes. This is why I'm going back to using the Krabby Patty font once again. So yeah, I am no longer using the Samdan font anymore, since I realized that this font is getting overused nowadays. There are some users I still stayed subscribing who are in this community, like Sean, Jorge, Jay, Justin, etc. But I know how Connor feel, since I kind of felt bad for him getting upset from his motivation. From now on, I'll just improve my content by not trying to become interesting like last time. Well, here's Terry the Tunator guy's statement about this Samdan shit. So according to various users in his video, and with good reasons why it's fucking overused. According to Rookin' It Forever, it's atrocious because when someone likes or hates something that is popular or unpopular in the community, especially the ones that are most popular in other fandoms like Infinite from Sonic, they will often call out that person sometimes. This is why I never joined the community, because of this. And also according to David the YouTube guy, I'm honestly losing interest in it nowadays. I'm still doing by the things list, but I'm using the text as the Google Slides default Arial font instead of the overrated Samdan font. Though I might use it at times, but not for character lists. I just hope the community improves one day. Even though you made your point, David, but nah, the community is not gonna change back the way it was, because every communities are fucking piss poor. And Kyle's Adventureland channel said this: to be fair, this font is so lame, toxic, and overused nowadays because of the fact that the fact that they used to copy other people's opinions on their popularity and making them without giving them credit. This is why I will never like this font ever again. Oh shit. Oh yeah, Mr. Yolamation said this: I don't like it nowadays because the community itself is full of unoriginal people. They copy opinions, which I'm guilty of. Damn. And the one from Android, Apple, Windows, the cartoon fan, Kaiju. Well, the community is now overused due to some people who use Samdan font in their videos. And JG the Galaxy Savage All-Star Dude 2005, I don't use that font in my videos, so I dislike it. Even though I don't have the abilities to use the fucking font, I'm sure as hell not going to. I didn't know that the font of any communities would have bad luck relations and other shit. Okay, now I gotta see what the hell's wrong with this. The Samdan community. Okay, I don't know. Alright, my fellow peeps, so correct me if I'm wrong. Minutes later, I found that Samdan font looks similar like the ones from Total Drama. Yeah, the Total Drama franchise. Yeah, and honestly, I don't like that font, and I never liked that font that much. So I might as well have a hatred towards the fucking font. So yeah, yeah, this is the original Total Drama font, as anyone would call it if they know that shit. If they watch total drama in their lives. So in conclusion, my fellow peeps, this font is such an overused one, and I'm thankfully never going to use that font ever. Because if I ever wanted to use a different font from different websites other than Kinect Master, I might as well use the ones from Mortal Kombat 3. Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric is an action-adventure game developed by Big Red Button and published by Sega only for the Wii U. And what can I say about this is that none other than the bad stuff that I say, if I occurred to see the bad stuff. Oh yeah, this game is another one of those fucking failure Sonic games that try to impress. Yeah, it's like Sonic 2006 all over the fuck again. Anyways, let's get into this shit pile. Motherfucker. Alright. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy pursue Dr. Eggman until they encounter an ancient tomb with carvings of Sonic and Tails on the entrance. Sonic is stopped twice by Amy Rose. Let's see. How does she stop him? Oh yeah. Amy stops Sonic twice from opening the door, but when Metal Sonic ambushes the group, Sonic opens the door and the group escape. Inside, they encounter an imprisoned but a powerful snake villain named Lyric, the Last Ancient. Well, holy shit. Ain't this a badass? Isn't he a badass? Well, but let's see how much of a badass he is if you see them as a final boss battle or whatever it is. Well, anyways, Lyric recognizes Sonic from events transpiring 1,000 years ago and captures the group, but Tails deactivates the shackles and turns them into beams named Inner Beams for the group to use. After meeting Cliff, the group discovers that Lyric planned to power an army of war robots with the Chaos Crystals to create a world of twisted metal and robots, but was imprisoned by the Ancients when they discovered the plan. The group then set out to retrieve the Chaos Crystals before Lyric. Wait a minute, don't they mean the Chaos Emeralds? Isn't that what Sonic is trying to grab? Nah, whatever. At an abandoned research facility, they meet Maya, M-A-I-A. Wait, what? Am I saying this right? Okay. A robot who rebelled against Lyric, that is Maya, who assists them by creating a portal allowing Sonic and Tails to go 1,000 years back in time to retrieve a map showing the location of the Chaos Crystals. Sonic and Tails are then attacked by Shadow, but defeated him, enter the portal, successfully retrieve the map from inside Lyric's weapon facility, and trap him inside for future imprisonment by the Ancients. Well, that's fucking deep, man. Lyric reluctantly forms an alliance with Dr. Eggman, but after no success, Lyric turns on Eggman by programming Metal Sonic against him. The group defeat Metal Sonic and Dr. Eggman and retrieve the final Chaos Crystal, but Sonic is then surrounded by Lyric and his robots. Ha, take that, Dr. Ass Cheeks Man.
You mad bitch?
But holy shit, Sonic and his team are doomed. Lyric demands the crystals. Sonic refuses to give them up, but Tails, Knuckles, and Amy agree to do so. Oh, what the fuck? This is an absurd kind of sacrifice that Sonic's team would have to do. Okay. Sonic is then attacked by Lyric's robots and buried under rubble, but recovers the group to set out to Lyric's lair to stop him. During the battle, Lyric programs the inner beams to ensnare the group, but before he can take advantage of the situation, Dr. Eggman ambushes Lyric from behind. Freeing the group, Sonic then ties up Lyric with assistance from his friends and removes Lyric's technopathy device to incapacitate him. Knuckles discards it. The group celebrated, but Eggman recovers the device to use it to revive the hell out of Metal Sonic. So, what do I gotta say about that, peeps? Yeah, the Rise of Lyric received overwhelmingly negative reviews from critics for its controls, camera systems, combat stories, dialogues. Yeah, combats and stories and dialogues, and numerous bugs and technical issues. This game was a big fat fucking fucker-ass commercial failure, with the combined sales of Rise of Lyric and Shadow Crystal totaling over 620 copies by March 31st, 2015. Oh wow, what a fucking ripoff. Yeah, the Knuckles jump glitch. The Knuckles jump glitch? What the fuck is the damn Knuckles jump glitch? Okay, I guess I'll tell you. On the first day of a release, a glitch was discovered that allowed players to jump to infinite heights by pausing the game during Knuckles' jump, which could be used to bypass most of the game. Speedrunners managed to beat the game in under an hour using the glitch. In January 2015, a patch was released to fix a few problems with the game, including the Knuckles jump glitch. Well, so fucking what? It doesn't make any difference. Yeah, not after there's a fucking goddamn reviews from video gaming critic websites, or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, here it is. Arcade Sushi, 3 out of 10. Cube 3 or Cube Square, 1 out of 10. Eurogames, 2 out of 10. Game Trailers, 3.8 out of 10. Hardcore Gamer, 2.5 out of 10. Metro Game Central, 1 out of 10. Attack of the Fanboy, 1.5 out of 5. Game Master UK, 29 out of 100. IGN, 4.3 out of 10. And Nintendo Insider, 3 out of 10. Well, if this game gets harsher ratings, then fuck the fucking game. This game should have been improved before it was ever released. Or better than that, this game should have been aborted all the way to shit before they released it. So in conclusion, what does Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, and Sonic 2006 have in common? They both suck, they both have terrible camera angles, their soundtracks are not that bad, but the graphics are realistically shit, the controls are fucked up the ass. Well, here's the magic word when it comes to shitty games that suck ass. Just avoid this piece of shit game and don't fucking buy it, because it's another fail of a Sonic game. And don't think about buying Sonic 2006 either. It's not gonna help you that much, or whatever the hell it is. Fuck them! Alright, my fellow peeps, we have another double Rant House installment in this video. It's going to be about Custer's Revenge, only on the Atari 2600, and High Guardian Spice. And guess what? These two media sucked major ass. So without further ado ass shit, let's head down why. Starting with Custer's Revenge. This game is one of the very first adult pornographic action game on the Atari 2600, released back in November 1982 in the USA. The game gained notoriety owing to its goal of taking advantage of a Native American woman real fucking bad. What the fuck is with the fucking cover? A helpless woman screaming for help? A fucking naked ass Custer trying to rape her? Once you look at the cover, you'll know it's gonna suck. Yeah, and that reminds me, I've seen it for the first time when I first time watched the Atari porn episode of the Angry Video Game Nerd. The one that AVGN didn't manage to upload it as soon as it finished, or whatever it is. Yeah, how controversial. Okay, the titular player character is based on Lieutenant Colonel and Brevet Major General George Armstrong Custer, a famous American cavalry commander who is most well known for his major defeat at the Battle of Little Bighorn. In the game, the player controls the character of Custer, depicted as a man wearing nothing but a cavalry hat, gloves, boots, and a bandana, sporting a visible erection. Custer has to overcome arrow attacks to reach the other side of the screen. His goal is to rape a Native American woman tied into a pole. In General Retreat, it is the woman who has to overcome various obstacles to have sex with Custer. Instead of arrows, cannonballs are fired at the woman. But yeah, the dodging spears. But if you really end up getting close to the dodging spears, or centimeters away from your hat, yeah, the thunder will strike your ass, and you'll lose a life. Yeah, it's fucking boring, isn't it? Yeah, it's really entertaining, right? Yeah, right. Then this is just as boring and unrealistic. So the main gameplay seems fucking boring and not that much entertaining. Matter of fact, that seems fucked up. Custer's Revenge quickly gained notoriety upon its release. Sold in a sealed package labeled "Not Sold to Minors," and selling for almost $50. $50 for just one pornographic video game? That's outrageous. Equivalent to $134 in 2020. It acknowledged the game that children might nonetheless see the game. The game's literature stated that if the kids catch you and should ask, tell them Custer and the maiden are just dancing. Wow, what a poor excuse to come up with that. Okay, I do not know what the hell's going on here in general. Okay, so okay, the back of the packaging states, "She's not about to take it, but lying down by George. Help is on the way. By God, he's coming." Multiple industries pursued an $11 million lawsuit against Suffolk County, New York, and legislator Philip Nolan because of a resolution authorizing the county executive to take action to halt sales and distribution of the game. Man, that's fucked up. Okay, next topic is going to be High Guardian Spice. It is an animated streaming television series created by Ray Rodriguez, who formerly worked for Danger and Eggs as a character designer. This series is produced by Crunchyroll, formerly known as Elation, and was slated to be Crunchyroll's first original series before it was delayed for approximately 2 years. The series premiered on Crunchyroll back in October 26th of last year. A group of 4 young girls who attended the High Guardian Academy and are training to become guardians of the city. At the same time, they deal with friends, allies, and betrayals as they attempt to protect everything from an unknown threat. What the fuck is an unknown threat? Well, I may not know because I do not want to watch it, due to how fucked up this content looks. Okay. I may not know this show that much, but they gotta give me the reasons why I should rant on before I do such a thing. But whatever. One of them people who watched this show from IMDb said this: "I didn't think much of High Guardian Spice going in. It looked like more a cartoon than an anime, but it's hardly a reason to not watch. The reasons not to watch it are noticeable in the first 4 minutes of the show. Bad voice acting, boring characters, mediocre story. It was actually the first time I've ever felt asleep 3 times while watching a TV show. I now know what I'll watch if I want to get some sleep, which is why it gets bumped to 2 stars. Okay, and another one said this from fucking Google: "It is not that I don't want to ruin the show for anyone. It's that after watching it, I don't want anyone else to subject themselves to it. The whole show is stolen from other shows and ideas that hodgepodged into this trash. If you want to see what happens when someone steals ideas, real anime, but adds social justice to it, you still think the show is boring? Fuck yeah. It is another pure old shit show, and I wouldn't buy this shit-ass anime show, or so-called anime show, if it was ever going to be released on DVD or Blu-ray. What a grandmaster piece of shit of a show." So in conclusion, Custer's Revenge is one of the reasons why the ESRB ratings board existed. And High Guardian Spice is a big-ass failure of a starting point of it since the show first came out. These two media should have been aborted for the greater fucking good. What I could say is, don't fucking purchase these two world abominable masterpieces of shit. This is the final double Rant House installment, but this season is not yet over. We have 2 segments to rant on that ain't shit, and never gonna be shit to me. Segment 1 is Mario Pinball Land, aka Super Mario Balls. Super Mario Balls? Super Mario Balls? What the fuck kind of name is this? And Horde fucking Henry. Yeah, the character sucks big ass dicks. Even the franchise sucked most dicks that they could. Yeah, sorry for that Go Animate or Vaginal Yawn style rant shit. But fuck, I'm just upset. Alright, now prepare to have me to rape the franchise's minds with my rant powers. Prepare to get fucked up the fucking ass. Alright, starting with Mario Pinball Land. This game was released back in August 26th, 2004 in Japan, October 4th in the US of fucking A, November 26th in Europe and Australia. So, let's hear the plot. Okay. Mario and Princess fucking Peach visit a fun fair and wait in line to try a ride called the Air Cannon, where the rider is turned into a ball via the Spherizerizer and shot out of the cannon. As Peach is about to take her turn, 2 Goombas have kidnapped her ass by aiming the cannon towards Bowser's castle. Ah, fuck. Okay, to save Peach, Mario uses the Spherizerizer to turn into a fucking ball, allowing for the pinball action of the game. Wow, ain't this for some crazy pinball madness? Is it gonna be as good as Sonic Spinball? Okay, to proceed, Mario must collect enough stars to open specific doors, a gameplay element borrowed from Super Mario 64. There are 35 stars to collect in total. Mario must explore different areas to reach his aim of saving the princess. There are 5 different worlds, each guarded by a boss. The worlds consist of the fun fair, the main starting area, grassy greens, frosty frontier, shifting sands, and Bowser's castle. Okay, so the gameplay is like you have to use the buttons or the trigger to have the fucking flippers to save Mario from getting tilted. But I don't know if you can tilt in this game or not. But whatever. Yeah, the graphics don't look too bad, but it is bland as hell. And the sound and the soundtrack sounds alright. Yeah, especially the soundtrack that has Super Nintendo elements into them. And well, but what can I say about the rest of them? Okay, and about the story? Even though I did tell you the story, but wait a minute. There is no fucking story. And the gameplay, yeah, the gameplay overall seems so astoundingly retarded. Overall, this game is nothing but an overrated experience. I don't understand why Nintendo had to make a pinball game out of any Nintendo franchises. I don't think this is just as good as fucking Sonic Spinball. Now on to the interview with my original character self with random people.
Hey Mario, what are your thoughts on Mario Pinball Land?
What I gotta say is that my pinball game should have been as good as Sonic Spinball, but it's worthless as hell.
What about you, Peach? What are your thoughts on Mario Pinball Land?
Oh, that one son of a bitchin' hopeless pinball game. This game should have been better. It turned out to be a trashy game. No offense, Mario.
Alright, Horde Henry is a children's book series by Francesca Simon and illustrated by Tony Ross. It has been adapted for television, film, theater, and video games. The first Horde Henry book was written and published in 1994 by Orion Books, not to be confused as Orion Pictures. Yeah, it's another Orion that Horde Henry got their fucking hands on. As of 2019, there are 25 titles published. The series has sold more than 21 million copies worldwide. The books are a slice-of-life series featuring the titular Henry White, a wildly misbehaved 8-year-old son of a bitch who will typically be faced with the damn problem and then will often retaliate in interesting ways to involve trickery, world-breaking, and elaborate practical jokes that gone way too fucking far. Alright, that asshole Henry has a 6-year-old brother, Perfect Peter, who is the exact opposite. Yeah, that's how you raise a fucking child. To become perfect or at least average or at least well-behaved. Almost every character is known by an alliterative nickname. Rude Ralph, Moody fucking Margaret, Brainy Brian, with a few exceptions of Luann, Mum, and Simon Dad. Even though I named Horrid Henry's mum Strict Sally and Plotting on Skits, oh well, I guess I'll have to change her name since I found out in Wikipedia. Speaking of which, I am reading it from it. Yeah, the video games of Horrid Henry are nothing but fucking shit. Even if the franchise earned awards, but I'm gonna say this something awful anyway, in my opinion. The franchise is horrid out of hell. The cartoon show is a lame disappointment. The 2010 movie is the worst. And no wonder why some various users made grounded videos out of that Horrid Henry, and so do I. Yeah, call me a fucking hypocrite, but... yeah, Horrid Henry has so many fucked up problems, and that he came up with himself in the damn first place. What the hell's his problem anyhow?
Hey there, John. What do you think of the Horrid Henry franchise?
Man, don't know if I do like it or I don't, but I can say that Horrid Henry is terrible people since he's a troublemaker in the Vin universe.
What do you think of Horrid Henry?
That jackass is absolutely nothing but trouble, even though he's not as terrible as the Red Teeth clowns, but he's just as worse than ever.
So in conclusion, even if there is a bonus game in Mario Pinball Land, there's still no sense of enjoying it with terrible deeds. Especially the ending doesn't seem good to write home about. If you wanted to play a good pinball game, I suggest you to play Sonic Spinball or 3D Pinball Space Cadet. As for Horrid Henry, it's definitely up to you if you like the franchise or not. But for me, I bet Horrid Henry would like to have a taste of his own medicine if he ever finds out that I ranted on him. These media suck my fucking dick.
Mason Velez aka Gasonville. Shitstorm fucker 666. How fucking dare you ranted on my fucking franchise? That's it, you are. Grounded for 666,666,666,666 generations, and you will get a punishment day when they catch you. I hope you rot in hell.
Alright, my fellow peeps, we're almost through. The Rant House journey is almost done, I tell you. However, I have double-checked the triple Rant House list after the double Rant House segments. Anyway, this is the final triple Rant House episode for the season, but overall, this season is not yet over. 3 segments that I can't fucking tolerate, requested by 3 users, special thanks to Happus Rappus episode archiver for the Sam and Cat segment, Lord Red 03 aka Calvarian for cancel culture, and Andrew Griner for bullying. So, without any further ado to ass shit, those 3 segments that I can't fucking stand, yeah, let's get into the motherfuckers. Alright. Sam and Cat is an American teen sitcom originally aired from June 8th, 2013 through July 17th, 2014 on Nickelodeon. It is a spin-off of 2 TV shows, iCarly and Victorious. These 2 shows that I cannot stand in my opinion. Which Dan Schneider created. It stars Jeanette McCurdy as Sam Puckett from iCarly and Ariana Grande as Cat Valentine from Victorious. Ever since iCarly or Carly Shay moved to Italy with her father, Sam Puckett has been touring the West Coast on her motorcycle and stops in Venice, Los Angeles. Who's Venice? Who? What are you, a fucking owl? No, I'm just fucking with you. Venice, Los Angeles, California. She witnessed Cat Valentine being thrown into the back of the garbage truck and rescues her. They become friends and Cat convinces her to become roommates after Cat's cheerful and supportive grandmother Nona moves to a retirement home called Elderly Acres. That's just fucking sad. Okay, to make money rather than getting traditional after-school jobs, Sam and Cat developed an after-school babysitting business called Sam and Cat's Super Rockin' Fun Time Babysitting Service. Oh shit, man. Which leads them into a series of wacky adventures. Well, that didn't go as planned, right? Is it not? Is it? Or whatever. Alright, besides Nona, other people involved in their lives are Dice, their next-door neighbor who is notorious for helping people for money, and Goomer, a dim-witted professional MMA fighter whom Dice manages. That's fucking... Jeez, man. So, I don't know about the series that much, but I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, so... Let's just leave it at that. Alright, cancel culture or call-out culture is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online on social media or in person. Those subject to this ostracism are said to have been canceled. Yeah, quotation, canceled, motherfucker. Quote-unquote canceled, bitch. The expression cancel culture has mostly negative connotations and is used to debates on free speech and censorship. Well, ain't this a fucked up truth? Merriam-Webster states that to cancel in this context means to stop giving support to a person. Dictionary.com and its pop culture dictionary defines cancel culture as withdrawing support for canceling public figures and companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable or offensive. The phenomenon has occurred with both public figures and private citizens. Ligia Mishan wrote in the New York Times, the term is shambolically applied to incidents both online and off that range from vigilante justice to hostile debate to stalking, intimidation, and harassment. Those who embrace the idea, if not the precise language, of the canceled seek more than pat apologies and retractions, although it's not always clear whether the goal is to right a specific wrong and redress a larger imbalance of power. Oh man. Yeah, it sure is about the fucking up the free speech, is it? Never heard of a free country? Yeah. Sorry about that, peeps. Yeah, I guess you couldn't stand the dog barking, right? Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna make it a big deal out of this since can't do nothing about it. Anyways, cancel culture is such a disease. I could tell you that it's such a disease which has something to do with let's see. Yeah, cancel culture and whatever. Yeah, let's see it. Okay, the notation of cancel culture is a variant on the term call-out culture and constitutes a form of boycotting or shunning involving an individual, often a celebrity, who is deemed to have acted or spoken in an unacceptable manner. Wow, that's such a disease, I can tell you that. Even though it's not hurting, but it verbally hurts us. Okay, bullying is the use of force, coercion, or whatever the fuck you mean, hurtful, teasing, or threat to abuse, aggressively dominate, or intimidate. The behavior is often repeated and habitual. One essential prerequisite is the perception, by the bully or by the others, of an imbalance of physical or social power. This imbalance distinguishes bullying from conflict. Bullying is a subcategory of aggressive behavior characterized by the following three criteria. Number 1, hostile intent. Number 2, imbalance of power. And number 3, repetition over a period of time. Bullying is the activity of repeated aggressive behavior intended to hurt another individual physically, mentally, or emotionally. God damn, I just cannot stand that shit. I really cannot stand that shit no fucking more, man. It's not the answer, right? Yeah, it's never the answer. Bullying ranges from one-on-one individual bullying through to group bullying called mobbing, in which the bully may have one or more lieutenants who are willing to assist the primary bully in their bullying activities. Bullying in school and the workplace is also referred to as peer abuse. Robert W. Fuller has analyzed bullying in the context of rankism. The Swedish Norwegian researcher Dan Olus, sorry if I did pronounce it wrong, says bullying occurs when a person is exposed repeatedly and over time to negative actions on the part of one or more other people, and that negative actions occur when a person intentionally inflicts injury or discomfort upon another person through physical contact, through words, or in other ways. Individual bullying is usually characterized by a person behaving in a certain way to gain power over another person. So yeah, there's a bunch of different types of bullying. Yeah, getting bullied over being a fat ass. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, there's so many different ways of being bullied. Being bullied just for being fat when they have eating problems. Being bullied just for being a nerd. Oh, come on. Nerds deserve better. Oh, yeah, and also getting bullied for being a lesbian or getting bullied just for being a gay. Yeah, and bullying for I don't know, watching some shows that are part of your childhood. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell is up with that, but the bullying concept needs to stop. It's not only it feels bad, it's also homophobic and other shit in between. So in conclusion, Sam and Cat is one of the most intolerable shows I have ever fucking seen. I watched it a little bit, and it was fucking corny, uninspired, and downfall terrible. What a terrible fucking show I've ever seen. This cancel culture shit is such a fucking failure of constructive criticism. It's one of them concepts that got out of hand. And as for bullying, well, I have a confession to make now I ranted on. No hypocrisy intended, though. I have done it before. I have bullied someone before in my school years, but I never done it all the time, not much. But it's all because my anger got the best of me. Yeah, my anger got the best of me in that time. I was a good student at every school that I was affiliated with. I never bullied nobody, but I did sometimes get in trouble. Bullying has got the best of my anger, is what I'm saying. Even though it feels good when I was mistreated, but that didn't turn out good afterwards. Oh yeah, as for Sam and Cat, if you like that show, that's okay. If you have experience with bullying someone and now starting to regret it a lot, or have regretted before I ranted on it, then I forgive every single one of y'all who means that they regret that decision. Because I have. Now stay tuned next week for the final episode of my fucking Rant House series. I'm looking for one worse shit that I haven't fucking ripped on as of yet. Behold, my fucking peeps. One of the worst shit that I have saved for a fucking special occasion for this motherfucker. There. Hong Kong 97 for the Super Famicom. Thinking to translate, this is a Japanese Super NES. Even though that the Angry Video Game Nerd ranked this game number 3 on his top 10 worst Super Nintendo games list, well, I consider this game the number 1 worst video game ever existed in the Super Nintendo library. Now, without further ado to ass shit, let's rip on the motherfucker. Let's look at the cover then, even more. The cover for the release contains cut images of Bruce Lee and Deng Xiaoping. Ugh! This is one of the ugliest covers I've ever seen. I wish that the angry video game nerd mentioned this on his 25-day Christmas bad game covers back in 2015. But oh well. Other than that, this cover looks like shit. It was released in Japan in 1995, being sold as cartridges and floppy disks, designed by the Japanese game journalist Kowloon Kurosawa, who claims the game is a satire of the video game industry. Hong Kong 97, it was made in 2 days with the help of his friend. Once the game starts, you would see 3 different languages: Japanese, Korean, and English. Correct me for the 2 languages if I got them wrong. The next part is there is a fucking selling disclaimer that says games wanted. Games wanted for what? We will sell your original Super Nintendo games. 1/3 of the gross profit will be yours. We welcome games of any kind, so please send us your floppy. Send us your floppy? Send us your floppy? What fucking floppy are you peeps talking about? My floppy Johnson? What? You fucking heard me. Disgusting motherfuckers. Yeah, like we're gonna fall for that fucking scam. We will contact you after careful considerations. We would like to sell your... Would you like to sell your products at your store? We're looking for your dealers worldwide. We will heavily discount orders for more than 50 pieces. Please ask us for details. Oh yeah, thanks for the address, Happy Soft. I'm glad your ass was out of business for copyright infringement. What the fuck? Ugh, here's the guilty party, your fucking honor. Look what the hell we see. Jackie Chan and Deng Xiaoping on the copyright screen. Okay, on to the first part. Okay. The year of 1997 has arrived. A herd of fucking ugly reds? What kind of story is that? And what did I just read in the second paragraph? A herd of fucking ugly reds? Oh, hell no. They literally dropped an F-bomb. Yeah, like the angry video game nerd said, they just dropped the F-bomb. Yeah, one of those rare situations that turn out common years later. Yeah, they did that. One of those games that we never get on the Super Nintendo that says fuck. They even dropped the F-bomb with the racial slur. The next image, crime rate skyrocketed. Hong Kong is ruined. Therefore, the Hong Kong government called Bruce Lee's relative Chin. Who the hell is this Chin man? And look, there's a typo on the 3rd letter of the first sentence. I guess the developers went to the Red Teeth School of Spelling. Yeah, or should I say Pencil Neck's School of Spelling. For the massacre of Reds, Chin is a killer machine. Wipe out at all 1.2 of the Red communists. That's a bad sign right there, peeps. Because if that would happen already, that would be almost the whole population of China. However, in mainland China, there was a secret project in progress. A project that transformed the deceased Deng Xiaoping into an ultimate weapon. Wow, Deng Xiaoping will be the ultimate weapon? We'll see what it is soon enough. Now, onto the gameplay. Look at the fucking graphics. And the words of the angry grandma in the shit prank video from 2022. Yeah, this year. That looks like shit. Just look at it. This is one of the worst graphics I have ever seen in any damn game ever. Especially the score. It looks like green shit covered with anal blood. And those numbers don't describe as numbers at all. What the hell? Okay, the player controls Chin, who must shoot and evade the Chinese populace and police officers moving downwards from the top of the screen. One shot, the enemies explode in mushroom clouds, leaving behind a flashing corpse and items for instant death or temporary invincibility. The death key is a poker chip that we saw in the language earlier. Oh, come on! That's just as worse than illegal gambling. And the invincibility icon is fucking heroin? Are you fucking shitting me? Now under the world's most important quote, say no to drugs, or winners don't do drugs? This is This is just Gah! After a while, the cars start appearing from the sides, moving horizontally across the screen as obstacles. After 30 enemies have been defeated, the player, the final boss, the ultimate weapon, Tung Xiaoping appears. What kind of an ultimate weapon is that? He is just a fucking head decapitated away from his own body. Ultimate weapon, my ass! Once he is defeated, the game repeats itself. The game shows static photos as the background, which alternates between pictures of Maoist propaganda, Goling, the logos for Asia Television, Chinese Coca-Cola, or Mao Zedong in monochrome. This looks depressing as hell. That's so goddamn lazy. Just like I am, but I'm a different story of a lazy son of a bitch. Okay, the player has no health points. If Qin is hit by anything other than an item, especially getting close to Tung Xiaoping, the game is immediately over, unless Qin is under invincibility. Oh my god. There it is. The game over screen contains the superimposed words, Qin is dead. In English and grammatically incorrect Chinese over a still graphic image of a corpse. That game over screen is one of the most traumatizing and absolute the worst one I have ever seen ever since I watched the AVGN episode of it. Way to get nightmares with that shit, Happy Soft. Thanks for traumatizing those kids for life with that screen. Child molesting fucks. Little pricks. The game over screen is just as worse, if not worse, than the one from Kung Fu on Amiga CD32. Maybe we'll get to that one on the next season. If you want to know about this dreadful game over screen, well, it's been confirmed that the body of a civilian killed during Bosnian War on June 8th, 1992. The developer literally took a picture of his TV screen and used it in the game. The game then goes to the credits, listing the Embassy of Canada as a cooperation partner, and back to the title screen. Yeah, it just cycles all over again. Upon turning on the game, the first three measures of the course of an upbeat rock-style rendition of I Love Beijing Tiananmen or I Love Peking Tiananmen can be heard, which loop endlessly throughout the game. The game has no other music, no sound effects, no interesting benefits, no special ending other than that nightmare-inducing game over screen. Consider that as the most shittiest ending of all video games. And can be played in English, Japanese, or traditional Chinese, like the language said. It's fucking terrible. In an advertisement in the Underground magazine, game Ura for another Happy Soft title, the story of Kamikuishiki Village. Oh, what the fuck? Happy Soft made 2 games in total? Hong Kong 97's poor quality is acknowledged, with advert referring to the game as dreadful and incomprehensible. It also claims that bootleg copies of the game were sold in Hong Kong and Bangkok. Bangkok. In retrospective reviews, Hong Kong 97 was met with overwhelmingly negative reception, with many calling it one of the worst video games ever made. Just as true. Yeah, just as true as the angry grandma ate ass back in the day. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. But, yeah, Jake really did come up with a lie like that. But for real. But it is true that this game is the worst one. Or I would barely call it a game, because it's not even that much of a game at all. The game has garnered a so bad it's good cult following in Japan and Taiwan as well as in Thailand. Oh my god, don't get me started with the fucking music. You want to hear the fucking music? Unless you want to skip it, here it is. It fucking sucks. End of story. Well, there is no such luck to get a physical copy for your Super Nintendo library. The only way is to play that son of a bitch yourself is on the emulator. But either way, this game is a piece of fucking aborted garbage. fuck? What the fuck? So in conclusion, this game barely has something to do with the fucking movie due to how senseless the game looks. Anyways, if you ever see a single copy of the game, either on cartridge or floppy, stay away from this piece of shit. It's not worth it, and it's never gonna be worthy for your time. And that, my fellow peeps, comes to an end of the second season of my Rant House show. Like I said before last season, and I'll say it again, the series will still go on, but we will stop right there. I would like to thank y'all, my fellow peeps, for sending me requests for this show, even though I scrapped some of them out. And thanks for the support. Thanks for helping me reach up to 500 subscribers for the community tab back in November of last year. Yeah, and thanks for liking and subscribing. And special thanks to Torque for the very last request of this episode, of the season, for that matter. And special thanks to Anon Lamkert for uploading my 20 Rant House episodes from last season, even though I'm gonna do it myself with bonus shit, if I have the chance. Until next season, this is Mesa Velez signing off. Thanks for watching.